Hi everybody, this is Lindsay from Winding Road Crochet, and today I'm going to show you how to make the gnome's hat for our How to Crochet a Gnome series. If you like this tutorial, make sure to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. You can also follow me on Instagram and Facebook. So now we're ready to make our gnome hat, and if you made a gnome body already, you will know that the hat's actually going to close up the top of the gnome. If you need it, you can find the written pattern on my blog at windingroadcrochet.com. To work the gnome hat, we're going to work a series of increased rows and a series of even rows. It's not difficult except for when you start out, we're going to be starting really tight. So let's go ahead and get started. So I'm going to go ahead and use a pink. I'm going to make a slip knot with a pretty long yarn tail. And then we are going to make a magic circle. I like to do this by taking that yarn tail and wrapping it around my finger and then working into that circle. And this is the part that's slightly tricky because we're only going to work 3 single crochet into the magic circle. So just 1, 2, 3, and then we will pull this tight. And this is going to make for a really tight beginning, but it's only going to be tight for about 3 rows or so. So we're going to move right on to row 2, and we're going to do 2 single crochet in each of these stitches. So 2 single crochet or an increase in the first 3 stitches. So 1 increase into the next stitch, increase, and you'll notice I'm not using a stitch marker now because it's just such a small area to work in. I just prefer to work my first few rows, kind of keeping track as I go. So this is our last increase. We've made 3 increases, and that is our increase row. Every even row we work will be an increase row. So now I'm just going to turn this inside out. And now for row 3, we are just going to work a single crochet in each stitch around. So for row 3, that means we're going to single crochet into the next 6 stitches. If you want to use a stitch marker, you absolutely can. So I'm just going to single crochet in the next 6 stitches because there's only 6 stitches of this last row. So once we reach the end of the row, now I will add a stitch marker. Normally I don't add it this early still, but just so you guys can follow along a little easier, let's add it. Now we're moving to row 4. Row 4 is an even row, so we're going to increase by 3. And we're going to do that by single crocheting into the first stitch and then working 2 single crochet or an increase into the next stitch. So that will be our repeat. We're going to single crochet once, and then we're going to increase in the next stitch. So 1 and 2. And then you're just going to repeat that a total of 3 times. So again, we're going to single crochet into the first stitch. And then we are going to work 2 single crochet into the next, and you'll just repeat that once more to finish up this row. So now we are moving right along to row 5, and in row 5 we're just going to single crochet in each stitch all the way around. But first we need to move up our stitch marker. It should always go in the very last stitch of your previous row. So that tells you where to stop working your single crochets. So I can single crochet in the next 9 stitches, or I can simply single crochet until I reach the stitch with the stitch marker. Either way works great. So I finished row 5 and I've moved up my stitch marker. Now I'm ready to work row 6, which is an increase row. Our last increase row we single crocheted and then increased. This row we're going to single crochet twice, and then we will increase in the 3rd stitch. So single crochet, increase. And then you'll repeat this 3 more times so that you have 3 increases evenly spread out along this row. So just turn your work, single crochet, and increase. So when you finish, we work row 7, and row 7 we're single crocheting in each stitch around. There should be a total of 12 stitches. So you're always going to work an increase row, and then you're going to work a row without any increases, just what I would call an even row all the way around. When you finish up row 7, it's another increase row with row 8. This time we're going to single crochet in the first 3 stitches, and then we will increase. And then just repeat that 3 times all the way around the row. So 1, 2, 3. By now it's going to get much easier to work inside your hat. It's getting bigger. And then you're going to work an increase. 1, and then an increase in the same stitch. And repeat that 3 times all the way around. And you just continue this rhythm until you have a repeat row or an increase row where you have 15 single crochet and then an increase. So let's take a look at our pattern. On all of the odd rows, you're just going to single crochet in every stitch around. On our even rows, we're working increases. So row 2, we just increased in every stitch. Row 4, we single crocheted and then increased. Row 6, 2 single crochet and then increase. Row 8, 3 single crochet, increase. 10, 4 single crochet, increase. And you're going to keep doing that. The next row, row 12, will be 5 single crochet and increase. And continue doing that until you finally reach your last row, which will be 15 single crochet and an increase. So once you've worked the pattern all the way down, you've worked that last row, you've worked 15 single crochet, you've increased and repeated that 3 times, you have a nice cone-shaped hat. We're going to finish off our hat with 2 slip stitches into the next 2 stitches, and that is going to result in smoothing out that edge a little bit. So to show you how to do the slip stitches on my little sample, say I'm finishing it off, I'm just going to push my hook down to the back loop, pull up a yarn, pull it through the loop on my hook. Again, next stitch, make another slip stitch. So we've slip stitched into 2 stitches, and that will just smooth out our edge. So that is going to be how you will finish off your hat. So make sure to keep an eye out for the next video, which will be how to assemble your gnome. I hope you are enjoying this How to Crochet a Gnome series, and thank you so much for watching.